Number one, ever since we put up that job notice on our site, we've received a lot of applications. I bet there are at least 50. I know the president will be happy to hear that. He's eager to hire a head engineer and wants the new hire to start as soon as possible. Sounds good. But with so many submissions, I haven't been able to look at all of them properly. Why don't I help you? I have some time tomorrow around 10 o'clock. I will stop by your office and we can go over them together. The woman said to the man that since they put up the job advertisement on their website, they had received a lot of applications. And she thought there were at least 50. The man replied that the president would be happy about that because he was eager to hire a head engineer and wanted the new hire to start as soon as possible. The woman agreed with him, but she complained that there was so many submissions, so she hadn't been able to look at all of them. And the man suggested helping her go over them at 10 o'clock in her office. Number two, Sarah, I heard you were promoted. Congratulations. When does it go into effect? Thanks. It starts in 2 weeks, but I am too busy until then, since I need to attend training every day for it. I don't know when I have the time to pack this stuff up. Well, I've finished my work for the day. Really? That's perfect. Could you see if there an extra box in the supply closet? The man congratulated the woman on her promotion, and he wanted to know when she start work at the new position. The woman replied that it started in 2 weeks, but she was busy. She was too busy because she had to attend training for it every day. So and she don't know when she could move to the pack that stuff up. And the man suggested helping her because he free that day. So the woman was happy about that, and she suggested the man finding an extra box in supply closet. Number three, did you hear? At the staff meeting this morning, they said that the store manager, Ms. Hartford, will retire this year, and they are looking for someone internal to take the spot. Wow, I love to be a store manager, but I don't think I have enough experience to be considered. But didn't you take business class in college? Plus, you've been assistant manager for a while. That's a lot. That's a lot more than most of us. Maybe you're right. Do you know when interviews start? I think they'll be compiling a list of candidates this month and beginning interviews next month. The human resources manager would know more, so you should ask him. The woman said to the man that at the staff meeting that morning, they said about the retirement of the store manager, and they were looking for someone internal to take the spot. The man was surprised by that, and he commented that he loved to be a store manager, but he didn't think he have enough experience. So The woman, the woman asked the man if he took business classes in college, and she thought he had been assistant manager for a while, so he had more experience than the others. The man agreed with the woman, and he wanted to know when the interview started. The woman replied that the woman thought that they would be compiling a list of candidates that month and beginning interviews the month after. And she suggested the man asking the human resources. Number 4. Did you heard about Stacy? She's quitting and going to work for Bryce Publications. You're kidding? Our biggest competitor. I thought she liked it here. She did, but they scouted her and offered her a great position. It was hard to refuse. Good for her. She deserves it. Maybe we should start thinking about our career plans. Right. I think I'll update my resume later today. The woman said to the man that their co-worker, Stacy, was quitting and going to work for Bryce Publications. The man was surprised by that because that company was their biggest competitor, and he thought Stacy liked there. The woman agreed with him, but she replied that that company had scouted her and offered her a great position, so it was hard to refuse. The man commented that she had deserved it, and she deserved it, and he thought they should start thinking about their career plans. The woman agreed with him, and she thought she could update her resume later that day. Number 5. Thank you for coming to today's interview. We know the location is hard to reach. I'm Scott Soniton, the chef designer, and I'm Jerry Bordard, the head editor of the magazine. It's great to finally meet you both. We looked over your resume and thought you would be a perfect addition to our design department, but we weren't sure you had much experience in fashion photography. Actually, I did freelance work for my friend's fashion studio. Would you like to see some of the pieces we used on her website? I brought some with me today. That would be great. And if you could, tell us about how you came up with your shooting method. The man A was thanking the woman for coming to that day's interview, and then they introduced themselves. The man A was the chief designer, and the man B was a head editor of the magazine. The woman said hello to them. The man B said that they had looked over her resume, and they thought she would be a perfect addition to their design department. But they hadn't been sure she had experience in fashion photography. The woman replied that in the past she had done freelance work for her friend's fashion studio. And she started them see some picture on her website. 6. Amy, have you applied for the company position that was advertised last week? No, I'm still revising my resume. It didn't feel like it stands out enough. I know there'll be opening of the hiring to people outside the company as well. If you want, I can send you my resume to use as guide. a guide. I received a lot of help with mine, and it definitely helped. I would appreciate that. Thanks. Now, before we finish today's meeting, I'd like to talk about our hiring process for this year. In the past, we've always used a headhunter who recommends candidates to us, but I'd like to discontinue this service. Oh, why is that? I thought it was very successful. It is, but it is very costly, and corporate would like us to reduce hiring costs. I've come up with a chart that shows how we've hired people in the past. I'm surprised. I didn't expect their results. Then we should definitely go with the second best method. I'll talk to the rest of the team so they can know more about this.